So Senator Graham, Lindsey Graham, told me that. I just have the view from the cell.
Yeah.
And I think that even though whatever reason the Turkish government was holding us for, I believe that God was involved in this for us, because I think of millions of people who prayed for Turkey during that time, and how God is bringing blessing out of it.
Were they interrogating you on a regular basis? Were you beaten while you were in prison? How were you treated?
No, I wasn't beaten. The problem is that I wasn't interrogated. So for the first 18 months, I didn't know why I was in prison.
Were you allowed to have a Bible?
Eventually. It took a while before I could have any books or Bible, but eventually I did have one.
Was there a passage that got you through all this?
Well, I read 2 Timothy a lot, where Paul talks about suffering and finishing the race well, and this became my prayer. I want to be faithful and endure and finish well.
And Noreen, when you heard he was getting out of prison, how did you all receive the news that it was over?
Incredibly relieved. We got on our knees in the courthouse. Didn't care what anybody thought. Yeah,
and you have
just amazing.
3 children who called Turkey home for so many years. I want to ask you about your experience coming home and meeting with the president in the Oval Office. What was the first thing he said to you?
I think he probably said, "Welcome home."
And then after that?
I don't really remember, but Noreen had actually had a dream about praying for the president before. And so she had that in her heart. So before we went to the White House, we prayed together and said, ask God to give us opportunity to pray for the president. And we asked him if we could do it, and he said yes.
Said yes. Noreen?
No, so I had a specific dream, specific verses. So when there was opportunity, I knew exactly what I was supposed to pray over him.
Now, I know you all love Turkey.
Yeah, in Isaiah 11.
You lived there for 23 years. What is your feeling about the country now? What are you thinking?
You know, we love the country. We love it. We love the people. We have dear friends there. We pray for its blessing.
But you're staying here?
We're here for now.
I don't think we can go back right now. One of the most hated people in Turkey, so.
And definitely forgiveness has to be a part of this. We don't have an option not to forgive as Christians, but it is something, it's not easy. So we're working through that.
There's a big community that's welcoming you back here, and glad that you're back home. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And if you have trouble sleeping, here's our next segment. Habits expert James Clear says your surroundings may be to blame. He's in our Toyota Green Room with how small changes in your bedroom can make a huge difference, and what else you can do to tackle major goals in your life. But first, a check of your local weather.
Hi, everybody. A cooler day than yesterday. Temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 50s under bright golden sunshine. I know we're starting off with a little bit of cloud coverage out there, but that cloud coverage will make a departure, and we will be left with breezy conditions and mostly sunny skies. The sun is up at 7:04. Sun sets at 6:08. Tomorrow, just a sprinkle or maybe a brief shower in the afternoon, and then the temperatures really take a nosedive. 48 for the high on Thursday, but rebound nicely for Friday. Chance for showers on Saturday afternoon. Sunday looks good. Have a great day, everyone.
With more exclusive stories from Meriden, Eyewitness News is everywhere.
Medical Rounds, helping your family live healthier with breakthroughs, leading-edge treatments, and health news you can really use from the local experts at Hartford Healthcare. Watch Medical Rounds, Wednesday nights at 5:30 on Eyewitness News.
Here's a great idea. You know that room you want to redo? Make it fresh and beautiful in just 3 days, guaranteed. Enjoy store-wide savings during the home makeover sale at Raymore and Flanigan. Save up to 23% on living, dining, and bedrooms. Save up to $1,000 on select mattress sets, and queen adjustable bases start at just $399 with 0% APR for an incredible 60 months. The home makeover sale only at Raymore and Flanigan.
People used to call me Twinkle Toes, Fancy Feet, Tippy Toes, because I used to walk on the balls of my feet. My friend David told me to go to the Good Feet store.
When Victor came in, he was in a lot of pain.
My pain level was always at a 8, 9, or 10.
He was just there for his free fitting.
Once Beth sized me and put my arch supports into my shoes, I immediately knew.
When he took those first couple of steps, you could see it in his eyes. He was convinced.
I'm able to enjoy the things that I enjoy doing. And people don't call me Twinkle Toes anymore.
I buy everything online. You can't beat the price, and stuff gets delivered right to your door. I had a similar experience with National Floors Direct. I got name brand flooring direct. No middleman. They came right to my house, measured it, priced it, and installed it perfectly the next day.
At National Floors Direct, we offer next-day installation of beautiful name-brand carpet and hardwood flooring, and we'll beat anyone's price by 15% or it's free. Call 888-400-FLOOR.
I saved $1,500 off my best quote, and my floors look great.
Call National Floors Direct at 888-400-FLOOR.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries living in these Connecticut counties. Call and talk to United Healthcare about our choice of Medicare Advantage plan options, including the United Healthcare Medicare Complete Plan. It can combine Medicare Parts A and B with prescription drug coverage and more, like primary care doctor visits for a low copay, all in one simple plan for a $0 monthly premium. This Medicare Advantage plan offers you an annual physical and most immunizations for a $0 copay, routine vision, hearing, and foot care coverage, and a Renew Active Fitness program, which helps you body and mind with a fitness membership and online brain games. Plus, you'll pay the plan's lowest prescription price, whether it's your copay or the pharmacy price. Annual enrollment ends December 7th. Call United Healthcare now and see if our Medicare Complete Plan is right for you.
Every evening from around the world, across our nation, to here at home.
On Eyewitness News at 6.
And the CBS Evening News. Original reporting.
Every evening, right here on Channel 3.
In the meantime, I'd like to go over some proposed changes to the roommate agreement, specifically to address Penny's annoying personal habits.
Oh my God, what personal habits?
I have a list. FYI, overuse of the phrase, oh my God, is number 12.
Just like in the CBS show The Big Bang Theory, many people have habits they want to break, and probably some habits other people want us to change. To make those adjustments, habits expert James Clear says we should think small. His popular blog gets 2 million visits a month. He's also a frequent speaker at Fortune 500 companies, and his work is used by teams in the NFL, Major League Baseball, and NBA. Clear's new book is called Atomic Habits, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. James Clear, good morning.
Good morning.
Love this book.
Oh, thank you.
So to help everyone, what are Atomic Habits?
Sure. So Atomic Habits was written to be the most comprehensive guide on how to improve your habits, and I chose the phrase for 3 reasons. So the first meaning of the word atomic is tiny or small, and that's a central part of my philosophy that habits should be small and easy to do. The second meaning is that atoms are the fundamental unit in a larger system. So atoms build into molecules, molecules build into compounds, and so on. And in a sense, habits are kind of like the atoms of our lives, you know, like they're these fundamental units, these little patterns that we repeat, and over time they become more or less our daily routines. The third reason, though, is that atomic can also mean the source of immense energy or power. And I think if you add all 3 of those together, you understand the narrative arc of the book, which is that if you make changes that are small and easy to do and layer them on top of each other like units in a fundamental system, a larger system, you can get powerful results.
Okay, give a specific example of how you do that. Make a small change and pack it with something you do regularly without thinking about it.
You say a 1% change can make a difference.
Yeah, that's right. 1%. So this idea that habits are, I like to say habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. So this 1% change that you're talking about, it's kind of like, imagine you're in a plane and you're leaving Los Angeles and you're going to go to New York. I actually calculated this. If you shift the nose of the airplane just 3.5 degrees, it's like 7 or 8 feet on the runway. You barely even notice it, but you end up in Washington, D.C. instead of New York.
Right.
And habits are kind of a similar thing. You know, they're these small routines, little 1% changes, but as over time, they compound, and you can end up at a very different place based on them.
And you say if you're having trouble changing habits, it's not you, it's your system.
Yeah. That's right.
That was interesting.
Well, one of the core philosophies of the book is that we do not rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our systems. And so often we're ambitious and set these, you know, lofty goals for ourselves, and we wonder why doesn't it work out?
Yeah.
And it's because we don't have a system behind it. We don't have the habits behind the goal.
And also because we set these massive goals and have no idea to break it down into its component habits to create that compound. So, but give us a concrete example. I mean, waking up in the morning and exercising the minute you get out of bed would be one, right? Give us little habits that people can have put in their lives that create this bigger change.
Sure. Well, I mean, basically basically what you do is take whatever habit you're trying to build and then scale it down to just a small thing that you can do within a minute or 2 or 5. So, for example, if you want to read 30 books a year, scale that down to read 1 page. And then after you make your bed in the morning, you can put a book on your pillow. So the routine could be, I wake up, I make my bed, I put a book on my pillow, I take a shower. Climb in at night, and the book is waiting for you to read 1 page. Same way with, you know, I want to write a book, scale it down to write 1 sentence. Or I'd like to become a meditator, scale it down to meditate for 60 seconds.
And do you believe in the sort of 3 weeks of a habit actually locks it in, or do you think that's too bad?
Yeah, this is one of the most common questions that I get is like, how long does it take to build a habit?
Right.
And you'll see all kinds of things, 21 days, 30 days. There's one study that 66 days was on average about how long it took. But the honest answer to how long does it take to build a habit is forever, because once you stop doing it, it's no longer a habit. And you know, a lot of people, the implicit assumption behind that question is, how long do I need to work until it's easy? But habits are not a finish line to be crossed. They're a lifestyle to be lived. And so you need to be looking for these lifestyle changes, something you can sustain.
And you stress the importance of environment, saying that it can often matter more than motivation itself. You write in your book, environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. Explain why that's so important.
Well, so many of our habits are just a reaction to the cues that are in our environment. You know, you walk into the kitchen, you see a plate of cookies, and you eat one. You don't even have to really be hungry. You know, it's just
but
the
fruit
cue that's there.
Instead, maybe, right?
Yes, so that's a good example. I actually did that myself. We would buy apples and bananas and put them in the crisper in the fridge, and I would never see them because they were kind of tucked away. And then they go bad 2 weeks later, and we have to throw them out. And so now we keep them in a display bowl in the center of the counter.
And about sleep. We've been teasing all day about sleep, how to get better sleep. How do we make that a habit?
So in the book, I talk about these one-time